Hey traders, it's Steve with the Stock Index Trading Room, and I want to share this video with you. And in this, we're going to recap actually a couple of days only. We're not going to do the whole week. We're just going to do a couple of days of signals generated in the Stock Index Trading Room by the Ultimate Trend Identification System. And first off, I want to bring your attention to this. If you've not read this, please pause this recording at this time. Read through this and then come back and join us when you're finished. Thank you. If you're not familiar with our work, all of our indicators, including our Smart Renko bars, and all of the other indicators that we use to take advantage of market expansion throughout the day, were developed, tested, coded, refined, traded over the years by World Cup trading champion Rob Mitchell. And if you're not familiar with Rob, one of his many distinctions in trading is that for an extended period of time, Rob was the largest Emini trader in the world. So it's nice to have his tools and his approach to trading for our benefit. On this chart, our reversal bar is 8 ticks plus any wick that would be associated with it. All reversal bars are 8 ticks. And then a continuation bar is 4 ticks or 1 full point. So each one of these small bars that you see printing in our favor are good for 1 full point. The other indicators we'll talk about as we go through, but we use them all to our advantage as we trade throughout the day. So since we have quite a bit to go over, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Our blue vertical line represents the market open. If you're familiar with us in our work, you know that we favor the downside on Friday morning, going into mid-morning where we look for a bottom and then a rally throughout the rest of the day. I'm going to give you a statistic that you may not be familiar with, but if you're going to trade the ES, you should be, and that's simply this. On Friday, tagging Thursday's close, which in this case was right at the top of this reversal bar, tagging Thursday's close is 86% likely. 86% likely to come and hit Thursday's close. So that works in our advantage a lot. One of the things we're going to talk about today is that we are going to focus on combining different concepts to stack the probabilities in a huge way in our favor. We're going to talk about trap trader oscillator, which identifies where price may be too far on the wrong side, too many traders on the wrong side of the market, and they're going to get punished. And then we're going to use smart momentum down here to talk about where range expansion, cycle expansion, market growth are likely to happen here, so we can take advantage of market growth, range expansion. Price often follows order flow. And cycle expansion almost always leads range expansion. So that gives us two huge advantages in the market. When we combine both of those, we have a high probability being at the right place at the right time. But more importantly, for our trading in the stock index trading room, we want to be on this side of the market and not this side. Okay? We want to be on the long moves and not the short moves. Long trend, counter trend, trend, counter trend, trend, counter trend, trend. And I know you do too. So the market opens, it's Friday. We're looking for an excuse to sell the market, to be frankly. That's just our work supports that statistic. So here we have, I'm going to draw part of this as we go. Here we have trap trader oscillator saying too many people long. You can see here, beautiful. Too many people long, it comes down. Too many people short, goes up. But since we're in a downtrend, what? This is shorter than these. Too many people long, bigger move. Too many people short, smaller move. Too many people long, larger move, and so on until trend changes. So here we have smart momentum. We call this a type 2 divergence, where we're looking for an extreme reading that retreats, that has cycling saying actually we're in a stronger cycling mode. Okay, we got a big move coming. That's good to know. And trap trader oscillator is giving us a discount to sell. In and of itself, about a mid 60% discount. And then when we put it in trend, we add to that about 75 or 80%. We put smart momentum with it. Close to 90. Bayes' theorem would stack the probabilities and get us into the low to mid 90s that this situation was going to move in our favor. So one of the high likely targets that we're aware of in the stock index trading room is the overnight low and the overnight high. But in this case, since we're cycling down, the most likely scenarios, the overnight low, we actually had our first room target right here. And so our first signal of the day to the room target was almost 6 points for our members. That would have been the first entry, and it was the first error that we put on the chart. Now we have another situation here to here. We have another trap trader oscillator saying too many people are long, and we're likely to punish those people. Now, unfortunately, and this is again Friday, mid to late Friday morning, the market does this a high percentage of time. You can go look at your charts, but that's a huge favor. But anyway, that was a qualified sell signal, and it went down a couple of points and then it reversed. So it was certainly not a winning trade, but probably didn't, didn't do much damage in an account. But when price takes this out, one of the beautiful things about the ultimate trend identification system is when we get a type 2 divergence on smart momentum and a TTOX, what we call in trend, that price breaks this is the high that we're concerned with, then we're 80, let's call it mid 80s% likely of going in the other direction. And you can find these all day, every day, over and over and over. So here we would have a wonderful entry. It's a type 2, green bar mostly below a blue smart price band with all of this space. This is an open zone, SST open zone. You can go look at that video in our YouTube channel, and you can find out why when we get this, we fully expect this. When we get this huge space in here, we're expecting, it's forecasting a large upcoming move. This is smart super trend, and it's just identifying local support and resistance. And when we don't get it, the market's going to move freely through those areas. So this would have been an entry. This would have been an entry. We had members that took this because they trade all, trap trader oscillator, undervalued, overvalued, and then they just work the market back and forth, back and forth. That would totally be up to the trader. So this, we're going to remove this because we did talk about this in the room. We talked about this in the room. We really promoted this signal in the room, and we could see we fell apart. And then over here we have the last signal of the day is our loving strong Batman, and that's just a green, red, green price pattern where trap trader oscillator is saying, yeah, there's too many people short here in this little bitty tiny pullback, and the order flow is much stronger on the buy side here than here, even though price is the same. So we get about a 4 or 5 tick discount to enter the trade here, and then you can see away it goes in our favor because cycling is starting up. So we would know as we get type 2 divergence, cycling down, it fails. So then we start looking up, cycling up, cycling up. And we're going to take those. We're going to stay on that side of the market until we get what? A failed signal, type 2 and TTOX, a failed signal such as this one. We're going to stay on the long side of the market and work the long side of the market until that fails. Now, if you want more information about this, you can go to tradersworld.com/issue75.pdf, and you can see the article that was published in Traders World magazine about the ultimate trend identification system. Now, briefly, I'm going to go over Thursday. Let's do Thursday right quick. Not quite as vibrant as a day. You can see anytime we can put an entire screen, there's 128 bars on a screen. I believe that number is correct. And you can see we've had a relatively contained market, and it happens. And so the key for longevity of traders is to what? Is to survive something like that. So here's Thursday, the 7th, the market opens on the blue line, and we immediately have a trend reversal up when price takes this out. So we're looking up, okay? Here's a type 2 with smart momentum. Trap trader oscillator doesn't quite get undervalued. This is also a little single bar trap with trap trader oscillator saying, oh, look out, you know, it's this type 1 divergence. It's really, really powerful. There's some other factors in here, room to grow. There's some other factors in here that tell us that this situation is going to work up, and actually failed at this Batman. But there's a signal. Here's another entry. It's a green bar below blue. It says 85% likelihood to get 2 or more bars over the past 18-month study. So very, very reliable signal for us. When you match those with other things, it's spectacular. So here we have a situation to where we have a top for all you swing traders. We have a top being signaled by what we call a slider type 2. Okay, cycling, anytime this gets up really high, and these are a long ways away, we're looking for long cycles. Okay, so this would be a type 2 on smart momentum. And I don't have time. I'm not trying to teach you how to do this here, because if you're not in our room, none of this matters. And if you're in our room, you get this all the time. So you'll have this down in no time. But this is a weak Batman, red, green, red, trap trader oscillator saying, no, 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 we're going down. And you can see it's brilliant. These signals are brilliant. And down it goes. And even if you're waiting on a confirmed trend change, which a lot of our traders do, we have some stuff in here. You would want to pay attention to this. But if you were real conservative, you would have gotten involved in this. But since this cycle expansion is so big, we're going to expect a lot of down move, which we got, throughout the night, later on in the day. So here's another type 2 entry. Here, here's a little freebie. You can take double tops and forget the wick and go from here to here. Whoops, excuse me, that's F9 on Ninja. And you can see we got the bottom tick. Our targeting system got the bottom tick. Could take any double top, double bottom, and just double that space, and it's like 80% likely to work. So let's talk about one other trend change here to get you on the right side of the market going into close, and then we'll wrap up. So here we have what we call smart momentum type 2. Again, it's just simply price continue to cycle down. Smart momentum is saying, we should continue to cycle down. And we didn't. We failed at this double bottom. So when price takes this out to the upside, what do we have? Direction change. We have a directional change to the upside. So what do we look for? We look for a cycling. Price is higher. Smart momentum is lower. We're looking for a cycle. So we get on board here, and you may have gotten 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever points you would have gotten through that going into the close of the day. So not a great day here, but we had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 qualifying arrows, and they all won. They all were winners. And then Friday we had 1, 2, 3, 4 qualifying arrows, and this one broke even. Went down a couple, back up. So for Thursday and Friday, we had what? 8 arrows and 7 winners and a break even. And some of those were 4, 5, or 6 points, 6 points. Some of those were nice trades, and others not so far because of structure and that type of thing. But we can't help that. All we can do is trade to the market structure that we have. So I want to promote one thing, and then I'm going to sign off. We're going to have an event where I cover all of our tools with the Ultimate Trend Identification System in detail on the 19th of November at 4:30. That's East Coast time in the US. So we would invite you, if you have interest in finding out more about how we approach the market and get on the correct side of cycle expansion and have entries that give us discounts to enter the market, we would invite you, 1, to come to the room and check it out. 2, you can go to Trader World magazine and read our latest read the publication there about this system. Or you can come to the webinar event where we're going to cover this in detail. And if you would like that, just shoot me an email at support@stuckindextradingroom.com. And I'll get you a link so you can register for that event. As always, if you have any questions, go to stuckindextradingroom.com and check out our website. We have a nice introductory video there. If you watch all of that video, you will see a discount for room membership. At the end of that, I would like to add that we have probably 100 teaching pages from every conceivable aspect of trading, from mostly from Rob, world's largest Emini trader, World Cup trading champion. So if you would like to have some insights and information from one of the most successful traders of our generation, you can come to the Stock Index Trading Room and start your work on becoming a master trader. We'd like for you to join us. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Visit our website, take advantage of the discount, come and start grabbing some of these great signals generated by the Ultimate Trend Identification System with Smart Pattern System. You can find out more information about that at Indicator Smart. And on behalf of Rob, this is Steve from the Stock Index Trading Room saying thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you soon.